and welcome. I am here to do an impromptu unhaul. Wasn't really planning on it, but I was just kind of looking at my shelves, and I'm a collector, so I want to have as many books as I can, and lately I've counted it, and it's up to more than 600 books in my room. So I'm filming this here on the floor right now because I don't feel like hauling all of this and more, because you can't see all the way down to the floor, to the bed or somewhere else. So I'm gonna do it right here. And I don't know if I am learning to let things go or just accepting that my room is not Hermione's bag and I can't fit everything inside of it. So I want to make more room for books that I actually want to read, or books that I actually want to see on my shelves. And so I'm gonna show you some books in Portuguese, in English. I'm gonna show you other stuff like planners and DVDs. Anyway, so let's start with Everless. This has been on my shelves for so long. I got this in a Fairy Loot box, and I think the last time I was subscribed to Fairy Loot was in 2017, and I actually tried to subscribe again, and I went on the waiting list and everything, and then it was my turn, and I received the email that it was my turn and that I could subscribe, because you know there's a waiting list now. And I was so happy, and I was like, I'm gonna subscribe, because now there are books that there used to be like normal, but mainly normal with the autograph of the author. But nowadays they're like mind-blowing. They have foil everywhere, they have stencils and sprayed edges, and they have art on the dust jacket. It's like every book is like a work of art. But I was so excited, and then when I was like checking out the subscription thing, they don't send it to my country. Why? Why, Fairy Loot? What's the problem with Brazil? Anyway, so Everlast, going back to that. That was a ramble. That was a tangent. Everlast I received on a Fairy Loot, and I kept it and kept it, and I never had the urge to read it, but I always was like, this is a special book, it's signed, I don't want to give it away. It might be good, I don't know, it's just a duology, it's not like a big commitment, but I never feel like reading it, and I've looked on Goodreads and the reviews are not all that great, so Everless is going. The next one, Jesus Christ, is this one that I don't even remember why I bought it. It weighs a ton. like, this could kill not a person but a group of people at once. So this is the definite guide to all of the world's heritage sites, and it's interesting, but I'm not gonna read this whole thing. It's really interesting, but again, I'm not gonna read this whole thing, and these are all information that I can find much more explained and thorough on the internet, so I don't think I need to keep this. So that's going, and my arm is hurting. Oh my god. So next one is this. Oh my god, don't fall. This one called 10% Happier. It's in Portuguese. Dan Harris, which I think is a reporter. I think my mom got me this because it's about anxiety and controlling panic attacks and stuff like that. I read it. I'm not gonna reread it, so it's gone. The next one is controversial. It's The ABC Murders by Agatha Christie. I am an Agatha Christie fan. I love Agatha Christie. But I remember watching this story on the Poirot show, and I remember it being one of like the best episodes. But so I went into the book like with such high expectations, but it just, I think the points of view were not where like the action was, so it got really boring and really repetitive, and I just it got boring. So I only gave it 3 stars, and I won't reread it, so I keep it. Next, it's okay. These are not just one; they're 5 volumes of a manga called Orange. I'm not sure if this. Yep, this is in Portuguese. So there are 5 volumes, and I remember that I liked it a lot. I think I gave 4 of them 4 stars, and one of them I gave 5 stars. But it deals with suicide and friendship, but it's not like Sisterhood with the Traveling Pants like friendship. It's like real friendship, like real life stuff going on, you know, like people growing apart and things that I don't know. I just thought it a more real portrayal of friendship, and I like that. I've grown to love mangas, but I don't think I'm gonna reread this one. So now I'm gonna say goodbye to some books that I never thought I would, and they are Jane Austen books. I decided that I'm just gonna keep like the really beautiful, amazing, high quality copies that I have, and the other ones are just taking space, and I don't need 3 copies of Northanger Abbey. Like, I don't. I collect copies of Jane Eyre because it's my favorite book of all time. I think I have 36 copies now. And this year I started collecting copies of Pride and Prejudice, which is my second favorite book. Don't even get me started on Anna Karenina, because that's my third favorite book. And if I start collecting that, so I started collecting Pride and Prejudice. So that one I made a deal with myself that I can have more than one copy because I'm collecting. But the other ones, I'm just gonna keep the most high quality, beautiful copies that I like. So first one going is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen in this Penguin Classics copy. Second one is Persuasion. It's actually hardcover. I think it's Barnes and Noble edition. Anyway, I don't need it anymore. Another Barnes and Noble edition of Emma. The same edition of Northanger Abbey again, and the same edition of Mansfield Park. So I gotta let go, guys. So a really funny and sad thing happened this week because I'm doing like a small advent calendar thing with my family. I have 3 family members, so I decided I was gonna give them a gift every day for December, but I can't make 3 gifts for 25 days because I'm not an elf or Santa. So I decided on just 10 days, and that's 30 gifts. So it started 3 days ago, and the first gift that I got my dad was this book, which it's like To the Heart of the Storm, and it's by his favorite graphic novel illustrator, which is Will Eisner, which is like amazing. But turns out he already had this book. So he was like, I'm gonna keep the one it's really good. Will Eisner is like awesome. So he said, I'm gonna keep the book you gave me, and this one you can like sell or something. So yeah, sad times. Then I was rummaging through my shelves and I found this, and it's a DVD box of Star Wars. So the first 3 movies, which are the 4th, 5th, and 6th. I remember I loved this when I got it because on the DVD age we lived in, it was fantastic because I could watch them. But now with Netflix and Disney Plus and what have you, I don't need it anymore, and it's just taking space. So that's going to. So next is like a planner, a diary about movies. So it's got all of like the winners from Academy Awards and other Golden Globes and stuff like that, and it has like a bunch of pages for you to write like the movie, how much you liked it, the director, and the year when I watched it, commentaries and stuff like that. So I am not gonna use this. I don't remember why I bought it. So unhauling. This next one is a book that came as like a gift in a subscription box that I subscribe here in Brazil, and it's really cool when you receive another book in a subscription box along with the main one. So this is called it's in Portuguese, but it's called Parts of a House, and I'm not against short stories, but this didn't work for me at all. I didn't like it, and so yeah. Next one is a really old one. I think I was a teenager when I bought this, and it's The Girl Who Was on Fire. It's essays, a bunch of authors writing essays on Hunger Games, the Hunger Games. And back when I bought this book, I was obsessed with the Hunger Games, and I still love it. Like, love it, and it's due a reread. But this I remember being just okay, and I see myself rereading the Hunger Games, but not this. So yeah. Next, it's more of one of my favorite authors. It's just books that I've read and I won't reread. So I have two boxes. The books are all in Portuguese. I have two boxes of Agatha Christie books, and I've read these books, and most of them were okay. None of them were like really good, so I don't plan on rereading any of these, and it's a shame because they're so beautiful. So I'm gonna like get rid of them. So here in this one we have I think it's Elephants Can Remember in Portuguese, and it's a Poirot one. This one is Death on the Nile, which to me was so. I gave it 3 stars. It's also Poirot. And here's Miss Marple, and it's Nemesis. This one is kind of more interesting, but it's like really slow, and it's longer than most of Agatha Christie books, but the ending was like really cool. But I'm not gonna reread them. The other box, we have A Body in the Library, which was the most convoluted Agatha Christie story I've ever read. The whole time I was questioning, like, why is Agatha writing this? That doesn't help the plot move along. It just... And then there's Death in Mesopotamia, which I hated. That's something that happens when you have a really favorite author that you really love, but she has like 100 books. I think it's like 70 something books written, so there will be a few that you won't jive with. So this one I think is my least favorite book by Agatha Christie. Bye. And the famous Murder on the Orient Express. I've read this. I found it interesting. Not gonna reread it. I know it's like one of the most famous ones, but I think one read is enough. I kept a lot of books that I've read by Agatha Christie, like, and then there were none. Five Little Pigs, because they're so awesome that I think at some point I will feel like rereading them, but this one is not one of them. Now we go to Stargazing by Jen Wang. The whole reason why I bought this book was The Prince and the Dressmaker. I loved that graphic novel so dearly. I've read it multiple times, I think like 3 times, and I just fell in love with the way Jen Wang illustrates. So I was like, I want to read more Jen Wang. So it was sweet, it was cute, but I'm not gonna reread it. And yeah. So next one is another really old one that I've been looking at it for years and never got the urge to read. And then today, while I was gathering these books, I just was like, let me read this synopsis and see if I feel something. And I read the synopsis and I was like, nah. So it's written and read by Anne Bishop. It has really good reviews on Goodreads, but I don't think it's for me. It's a mass market paperback, which I don't like, and it's been so long. It's been so long. If one day I decide to read it, I'll get it on Kindle or something. Then there's The Illicit Happiness of Other People. I bought this book because of the title. I love this title. I don't know why. I was like, that's how I feel. That's like, why are people happy and I'm so miserable? Like, you know? And I started reading it and it didn't click. The other one is this atrocity called Pride and Prejudice and Zombie. Why did I buy this? I remember being really young. I was still on college and I'm old. I'm really old. So college was like a really long time ago. And I don't know, I saw this and I was like, let's give it a try. But it's appallingly bad. Next is Mexican Gothic. This was a cover by, like, look at it. Also Gothic, I love Gothic. Heard amazing reviews, but was the most disappointing book of this year. It was gross. Like, I'm okay with horror and thrillers and stuff that will make you scared or unsettled, but it was just gross for being gross. It's just so gross. Like, it's not gore. It's not gore. It's not stuff like that. It's just, I hated it. Ugh. This one is The Death of Ivan Ilyich and Other Stories by Leo Tolstoy. So I love Leo Tolstoy, and I want to read everything about that he wrote. But I got like a really beautiful copy of this story in Portuguese, like illustrated, hardcover, just beautiful. So I'm gonna send this one to someone who wants it. So here we have the plays of Oscar Wilde, and don't fret. I love Oscar Wilde. I love the guy. I have a picture of him in my shelves. It's just that I know this copy, this Wordsworth editions are really bad quality, and I have like a compendium, like hardcover, really beautiful, about all his plays. So I don't need this. And that's it. And that's it. That's all the books. The thing is, I took all of these books out of my shelves, but then I look at them and they look the same. And what is this black magic? Like, they're still completely full. Like, what is going on? I think I stacked books on top of each other, and then I don't know. But I did get some more space, a little bit more space for future books. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. This was a really impromptu video. I just thought I'd share with you what I impulsively did today, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, an awesome week. I hope you are feeling awesome. I hope you are safe, and I love you. Bye bye.